Shalom, shalom, it's the brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth. So, hopefully you can hear me. It's kind of windy. Got the water behind me. It's a nice little place out here at the lake here in my town, Springfield. You can come out here and do some work, especially on a warmer day. But what motivated me to come out here is I heard in a song, the saying, it said, on to something great. And I got to thinking like, man, we really on to something great, you know? That's why it's best for us to put our pride aside. It's best for us to repent, to let go all the worldly lust, you know, and all that stuff, because we really have something great. All the things that we lust for anyways, that we wish we could have, wealth, comfort, woman, children, we gonna get all that stuff in the kingdom. That's how great it is what we're doing. And the Lord is gonna give us all these great things that we're on to. And all he asks of us is, you know, just to get in order and get it right, you know, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's all he asks for us, because all the rest of the work has already been done for us. You know, so it's very important. And it was on my spirit of the words on to something great. Because a lot of times we get so caught up in this that we forget what we got ourselves into. We are on greatness, man. Especially if we make it to be early elect. We are on to greatness. A greatness that we can't even explain, that we really can't even understand. We have the scriptures to go off of, and that's what we go off, but we don't really understand the full extent of what's waiting for us, the kingdom that's waiting for us. Imagine having everlasting peace. Imagine not having to worry. Imagine having whatever you desire in righteousness. You know, imagine having power over this world. You know, not being subjected to these wicked laws and these wicked people, right? That's behind them. Imagine that. Imagine having our own people set up. Imagine having our Lord set up as our King, our Savior. In the kingdom, man, we're on to something great, and the great thing about that is that we're at the tail end of this of it. All we got to do is put our heads down now and keep doing what we've been doing, man. Is teaching the words, keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities. That's all we got to do now, man. And keep teaching it. The Lord's gonna handle everything else. And another thing I learned that's great about this little thing of ours, this truth, right? Is that it's not just about knowing the precepts, knowing the Bible, how good you can teach it, how much you teach it. It's not about that. It's bigger than that. It's actually about brotherhood. It's actually about uniting. It's actually about learning how to live this. Not just knowing it, but actually learning how to live it, you know? We all want to be a part of the elect. We all have those ambitions of the saints to be a part of the elect. So let's get into the scriptures. Let's bring out the precepts. It's not going to be too long. Just the spirit came to me today just to, you know, come out here and put a little work in. This is second Esdras. You're going to have to bear with me too since I'm out here. Second Esdras chapter 2. This is what we're on to if we make it, we meet those men. This is what we're hoping for, the hopeful elect, right? 42, second Esdras chapter 2, verse 42. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Sion a great people who I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with song. Right? In the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. So Ezra, he seen this prophecy, and he marveled at it greatly. That's what we're on to something so great, man. Imagine taking me and the Lord with all in your head. Imagine that. Lord. You talk about the ear, the right hand that sits on the right hand of Yahweh. That ear, that is the heir to the kingdom of everything, you know, that has all the dominion over everything. Putting the crown on your head. Just that right there to bring you back. You can't even their hands. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, who they confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to command them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. So Ezra gonna be commanding us, man. He said he commanded us that stood so stiffly for the Lord, man. So because of we're standing so stiffly for our Lord, man, we out there bold as a lion standing in front of the face of those who afflicted us, right? Man, it's that right? We gonna receive all this, man. So our work is not made on another location or something like that. Let's go. This is Psalms chapter 3. The Edomites be everywhere, man. They be popping up everywhere. This is Psalm chapter 3, verse 1. Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say, my soul, there is no help for him in God. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory, the lifter of my head. So the Lord going to be the shield for us, right? The Lord going to be our glory. He's going to lift up our head, literally. I cried unto the Lord. I cried unto the Lord, right, with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. Here it is, the Lord gonna be able to hear us, right? The righteous. I laid me down and slept and awake, for the Lord sustained me. I would not be afraid of 10,000 people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord, save me, O God, for thou hast smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone and hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth to the Lord, thy blessing is upon thy people. So we gonna get those blessings, and that salvation belongs to the Lord. I'm gonna find a different spot and come back straight to it. Shalom. It's a whole little new spot. It's not as windy. Cool little spot, man. Right by the lake again. So I'm just going to pick up to where I left off at with another precept. Just proving, you know, that we are on to something great. We're on to greatness, you know. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to inherit as long as we stay down, man, and we get this whole thing right. Still a little bit windy out here too, but I'm gonna have to deal with it and cut it a little bit short. What I have planned for today, but just to get the point across, just to finish up this lesson, you know. Strong winds at the lake. I should have knew that. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 11. It says, that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins and will build it as the days of old. So that's what's happening right now, you know. The Lord is starting to raise up the house of David, which is another great thing to be a part of, because, you know, ancient time with King David, the kingdom was glorious, man. We ain't had nothing like that since. You know, we praying that we can have something like that, but the kingdom of heaven is going to be even greater, you know. This is just more to motivate you to go harder in the truth, do more videos, man, put up more prayers, get it right more, you know. One of the elders put up a video not too long ago where he was giving an account of a brother that got it right, meaning that he didn't sin when he had the chance. When the temptation was there, he didn't sin. He kept the laws of the Lord. He stood strong for the Lord. Those examples are great examples, and that motivates brothers, you know, to say, look, man, we can do this because of the greatness that we have, you know. The other nations don't hate us for no reason, man. They hate us because of that promise of the kingdom that we have. That's the greatness that we have, man. All we got to do is continue putting in the work. It says, verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen which are called by my name. Say the Lord that does this. So the Lord created everybody, you know. He gave blessings to different nations, but the Israelites are going to be the ones that's going to possess. We supposed to be the rulers of the earth. We're going to possess Esau for sure. It singles them out because it, what's that? Genesis chapter 27. It gives you the promise, and I get it real quick. That was the promise that was given to us to rule over our brethren, Jacob, which his brother is Esau. So that's why it singles out Esau, but all the heathen. But it says all the heathen, we're going to have them as our possession, meaning whatever we desire to do with them in righteousness, and they're going to be our slaves. It tells you that in Isaiah chapter 14. This is Genesis chapter 27. It says, therefore God give thee the dew of heaven and the fatness of earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down. The nations do to us, right? They cursed us. They put us in slavery. You know, the Babylonians, Persian Medes, the Greeks, the Romans. You got sub-Saharan slave trade, right? You got the transatlantic slave trade. All nations played a part, man. So they all want to get. That's why it's incorrect to say all nations can make it. Because even when we was judged, we had righteous prophets and stuff, right? Amongst Israel, but they still had to go under the curses just like we did. So it don't matter if there's another nation and they want to follow our Lord, they have a judgment as a whole nation, man. And there's just no way around that here. Let's jump to things that we have to inherit, right? Because we're on to something great. What's that greatness? This is Luke 19, verse 17. And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little. So right now we're faithful in very little. We don't have nothing, man. We at the bottom. We get shitted on. The other nations can serve themselves of us when they want to, right? They have dominion over us, really. We have to be subjection to these laws, but we're still faithful. We still choose to follow the Lord, man. It says, have thou authority over 10 cities. So the kingdom brothers will have authority over 10 cities of the heathen, of these Edomites and stuff like that. We have blessing. Why? Because we've been faithful. So what do we have to do? We got to just keep the faith and be faithful. That's it. That's all we got to do to work for over 10 cities, right? And that's the whole point. So let me wrap this up because I'm having a hard time out here. My camera and everything, man. Revelation chapter 7. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, right? Having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, either the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard a number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000, all the tribes of the children of Israel. And we just read about that account that Ezra gave in second Ezra chapter 2, starting at verse 42. It's the same thing, 144,000 elect, and there's a mixed multitude, women, other men, just man, Israelite men, of course, not other nations, but Israelite men, women and children, and the mixed multitude. But then you got the 144 elect, which is like the elect of the elect, man. So that's what we're praying for. That's what we're hoping for, to be the hopeful elect. Like Luke 19 said, you know, that those who remain faithful. Like he said in 2 Ezra chapter 2, those who stood for the Lord's name and confess the Lord's name. So we just got to stay on the right track, man, and keep putting that work in. That's what it comes down to. We got to keep putting that work in, man. We're on to something great. Hopefully it's been edifying, even with all the mixed up, you know, the mess ups, the wind, that work in, man, and remain faithful, man. Because we go and get it. We on to something so great right now, man. It's like an NBA player in high school putting up big numbers. He knows, like, look, man, if I keep going hard, if I keep getting in the gym, working out, putting in all the work, keep getting these buckets, studying my craft, remaining faithful to his craft, then you know what? Those colleges, you're gonna get a full scholarship to a college, which is gonna lead him to what? He knows. And if I go hard at college and remain faithful to my craft at college, then I'm gonna get drafted to the NBA, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get drafted to the elect, man. We're trying to get saved. And he knows I'm gonna get to the NBA and it's gonna pay off. And what happens when they get to the NBA? They get those big boy contracts. They get rich. They have dominion. They have power down in the world. They're famous. All those things happen, but it's just like that same scenario. You gotta put in the work and remain faithful. When ain't nobody else putting in work, you put in the work. Go harder. If you think you're going hard right now, go even harder, man. Sharpen your craft, man. Sharpen your tools, man. We want something great.